The title of my statement today is ODM got it wrong on the higher prices of the Kemsa PPEs. According to ODM, PPEs were cheaper in April than they are today, yet ODM is defending Kemsa for buying PPEs in April at double the current price. ODM says as far as the prices of PPEs go, conventional wisdom must hold that such prices were lower before COVID-19 ravaged the whole world. Now let ODM explain how Kemsa bought N95 masks at shilling 700 per mask in April, yet the current price at the time was 350. You can check that on Jumia shopping app. Let ODM tell Kenyans why Kilik Limited supplied PPEs at a cost of 9,000 each when the market price in April was 4,500. Let ODM also tell us why their legislators would be involved in the same procurement they are supposed to oversight as opposition. Let ODM tell us why a Rift Valley senator and a member of the Senate Health Committee was doing business with Kemsa and why they didn't protest when that conflict of interest was used to force him to vote in the ouster of Professor Kindiki as the Deputy Speaker of the Senate. For years, ODM has touted itself as a party that exposed corruption. Today, it's not only defending it, but fully participating in ripping off Kenyans. ODM has to walk the talk on the war against corruption. ODM, please tell Kenyans, how much did your party leadership gain from this murderous theft at Kemsa? Why are you afraid of DCI conducting investigations on this matter? And whose trucks were used to smuggle Jack Ma's donation to Tanzania? That is the end of my statement. I give it as the Deputy SG of Jubilee Party. You have any questions?
You can summarize. Yes, summarize.
Well, what I want to summarize is this, that we saw a statement yesterday by ODM through their Secretary General Sifuna, trying to defend the theft that has gone on at Kemsa. The expose that was there on the media was very detailed. And we want to call ODM to come out and tell us what are they defending. We know, and the names are there in public, you know them, that two legislators, very vocal legislators of ODM, were involved, were caught with their hands in the cookie jar in the Kemsa scandal. It's sad that as Kenyans are going through a pandemic where the whole world is trying to fight to save its citizens and get rid of corona, we, the government of Kenya, and the ODM party are busy trying to defend a very murderous theft that has taken place at Kemsa. So we want to say that call on the investigating agencies to thoroughly investigate. The Senate Committee on Health is thoroughly investigating. I am also waiting for a reply to a question which I asked in Parliament for a detailed report on exactly how much COVID funds we have received as a country and how it has been spent. And we want to follow the procurement law that even none other than His Excellency the President said, for every tender, we will have a printout of who was given the tender, who quoted what, and which company, and the owners of the company. So all those details must come out so that we save Kenya from this pandemic.
On this issue of Kemsa and COVID-19 funds theft, until now, the arrests are done.
Very well connected this Kemsa scam. I'm even told some of them are giving the statements from their living rooms. So they are very special Kenyans in this matter of corruption. What we want to tell DCI, treat all people who are suspected of corruption fairly, summon them to DCI irrespective of their status in society, and we have to follow exactly what the President told us. So let DCI act.
You have just mentioned that there was a senator from Rift Valley who participated, and an MP who participated in the ouster of Professor Kindiki. Who is this person?
A senator from Rift Valley who does business with Kemsa was coerced to vote in the ouster of Kindiki as a tender for transportation of Kemsa. You know, Kemsa does very serious wide transportation across the country to deliver drugs. and he was participating in a tender, and that is what was used to coerce him to vote against on the ouster of Professor Kindiki. Those are facts that you will find. It is not. It's no hidden secret that the senator of Trans Nzoia is an active business person who does transport with Kemsa, and he was coerced to vote. And he said it openly. I am chasing a tender, and that is why I cannot vote with my conscience. I will vote for my business interests. You know them. Who? You know them.
Who is that?
You know them, my friend. The names are all over. 2 ODM MPs.
No, those ones we know.
Yes.
The other one.
Which other one? Hakuna mwingine?
From Rift Valley and
Hakuna mwingine wa Rift Valley.
Emphasis tena kwa Kiswahili.
Kiswahili, okay, sawa. Yale ningependa kusema ni kwamba jana tumeona katibu mkuu wa chama cha ODM akizungumza kutetea ufisadi ambao umefanyika katika shirika la Kemsa, na imenistua sana mimi nikiwa Mwanakenya, kwa sababu kwa muda mrefu chama cha ODM imekuwa ikijifanya kwamba wao ndio watakuwa waangalifu, wao ndio watakuwa wakisema mambo ya ufisadi katika Jamhuri ya Kenya, lakini imenistua sana jana kuona kwamba wao sasa ndio wenye wamepatikana katika wizi katika Kemsa. Wabunge wao wawili ambao wanajulikana na wao ambao huwa na mdomo mingi sana wamepatikana katika hiyo ufisadi katika Kemsa. Na ODM jana katika statement iliyotolewa na katibu mkuu wao wanateta kwamba hakuna chochote ambacho makosa imetokea katika Kemsa. Sisi tukiwa wana Kenya tunataka kusema kwamba yale yamefanyika Kemsa, uwizi ile imefanyika Kemsa ni unyama, uwaji, hata haina jina ya kuita, kwa sababu kuiba fedha ambazo zimetolewa na wafadhili na marafiki wa Kenya ili kusaidia sisi kupambana na janga la corona ni makosa kubwa sana, na ni kama kuua Wakenya ama kuweka Wakenya katika barabara ya kifo. Kwa hivyo sisi tunataka kuambia chama cha ODM, nyinyi mumeacha kazi ambayo mungekuwa mkifanya kukosoa serikali. Sasa mumeingia katika serikali kupitia mlango ya nyuma, na imejulikana wazi kwamba mwendo yenu ya kuingia kwa serikali ilikuja kufanya kazi ya wizi ama kuja kushiriki katika wizi ya fedha za umma. Kwa hivyo chama cha ODM imepoteza mwelekeo, na nataka kuwaeleza chama cha ODM lazima waeleze Wakenya walifaidi kiasi gani na hii wizi ambayo iko Kemsa. Wao kama chama na viongozi wao wote, na nikisema viongozi wote ni viongozi wote wa ODM walifaidi katika wizi ambayo imefanyika katika Kemsa. La pili, ningependa kuambia mambo ya kutaja naibu wa rais kwa hii mambo ya wizi ambayo ilikuwa ikifanyika mbeleni, wamekuwa kitaja naibu wa rais, kitu ikipotea hapo naibu wa rais. Sasa wizi inaendelea. Maana yake kwamba naibu wa rais ni mtu, wezi wenyewe walikuwa ndio walibaki hapo serikalini na wameshirikiana na viongozi wa ODM. Kwa hivyo tuache kupeleka Wakenya kama ni wajinga. Tunajua kwamba kuna upungufu wa wajinga katika Jamhuri ya Kenya. Lazima sasa sisi tutasema wazi fulani na fulani ndio wamepatikana wakifanya kazi ya wizi. Hapo mbeleni wakati kulikuwa na kura ya kuondoa naibu wa spika katika Seneti, wakati huo ODM hawakuzungumza chochote. Kwa hivyo tuache kudanganyana, na lazima tutende kazi ya ukweli tukiwa wananchi. Na ile uwizi imefanyika Kemsa, tunataka kumwambia watu wa DCI, yeyote ambaye ametajwa, na hayo majina yanajulikana na tunajua ni watu wakubwa katika Jamhuri ya Kenya, waiteni waje katika DCI. Wacheni kwenda kuandika statements ndani kwa manyumba zao ili kuwaficha majina ama kuwaficha sura. Lazima hao waitwe, na hiyo mfanye upelelezi wenu kwa njia ya wazi, kwa sababu sisi tukiwa wa Kenya tunangoja kuona kwamba upelelezi wenu unatoa ukweli wa mambo ya wizi katika Kemsa. Tumeambiwa kwamba yale usaidizi ilitolewa na Jack Ma iliibiwa na ikabebwa hadi Tanzania. Tunataka mueleze wa Kenya ni gari gani na ni za nani ambayo zilibeba hizo vitu za wizi kwenda kuziuza kule Tanzania. Haya mambo yote lazima mueleze wa Kenya.
Mheshimiwa, ni wakati mwafaka unafikiria kwamba waziri wa afya anafaa kujiuzulu sasa? Haya yote yanafanyika kwa machache.
Waziri wa afya Mutai, yeye mwenyewe alisema wakati alipoingia ofisini kwamba pale katika wizara ya afya kuna wizi mingi, lakini hajafanya jambo ambalo inaturidhisha kwamba amepambana na hao wezi. Inaonekana kwamba yeye pia ameshindwa kupambana na hao wezi, na kama umeshindwa na kazi, ni lazima basi uondoke, mtu mwingine aje apewe fursa hiyo ya kupambana na ufisadi, kwa sababu we must take political responsibility for whatever happens within our docket. Hiyo ni lazima mtu awajibike katika wizara yake. Kwa hivyo ikiwa yeye alihusika ama hakuhusika, lakini wizi imefanyika akiwa yeye ndiye anasimamia hapo, basi lazima awajibike.
Mheshimiwa, what can you say about the state of opposition in the country at the moment when we are seeing a lot of cracks? Is the opposition dead, and how can it be revived? Are you planning as the Tanga team to play that role?
Well, I think opposition is dead in this country. It is very unfortunate that the handshake was the signature that killed the opposition in this country, and that is why we have seen a lot of police brutality going on. We have seen harassment of elected leaders because of their stand on certain national issues, the dramatic arrest of 3 senators the other day. And it is actually sad that those who fought for freedom, those who claimed at that time that they were being harassed and being marginalized by the Kano regime and all, are now doing exactly the same thing that they were doing, and are actually abetting that kind of torture on Kenyans. It is actually sad that we no longer have an opposition in this country, and it will be left to those who care about this country to play whatever role they can play so that we ensure that the rule of law is respected in this country.
There's this issue of adding the current regime another 1 year, and even the MPs an extension of 1 year.
I don't think it is right. I don't think it is morally correct. I don't think any Kenyan should entertain an extension of the term of this parliament. It is unconstitutional. There is no crisis to support it. We are not at any war. We must have our elections in August 2022 so that Kenyans can elect a new breed of leadership. Let us stop defiling our constitution. It is not right at all. The other thing that I would like to add on is that it is also not right for us to have any discussion regarding BBI now. There is no crisis, there is no hurry, there is no emergency. We are under no crisis to have a referendum. We can, as a country, hold the referendum alongside the 2022 general election in order for us to have time to ventilate on the issues that we actually want changed in the constitution. As it is now, we have many issues to deal with as Kenya. We have a lot of Kenyans who are going hungry because of the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Those are the people we need. Whatever money government has, even that 2 billion only that Raila was talking about, that can be used to sort out a lot of suffering Kenyans before we go for a referendum.
You have been having a push and pull between you and your boss, Tuju, over financial records of the party. And recently I saw there's an appeal you filed, I think mid last month. So are you still planning to take Tuju to court over the financial records, or you are waiting for the petition to be determined?
Well, I'm waiting for the petition to be determined, and there was massive corruption in Jubilee Party, and no action has been taken. And we have been told that senior officials of the Jubilee Party are involved in this Kemsa saga. So it is actually sad that when we say things, nobody takes us seriously, or they know it has happened, but because those people are politically correct, then no action has been taken. So they have moved from the Jubilee Party theft, now they're in Kemsa. I don't know where they will move next if no action is taken.
So when you are waiting for the appeal to be determined, does it mean that you don't trust the judiciary? Because you could have filed it, or it should have run concurrently.
By law, you need to exhaust within the political party's framework first. So we are exhausting that, and if that is not satisfactory, then we shall move to we shall seek redress constitutional redress in any other court that is constitutionally binding. So we will follow the matter to the latter.
Just a sensitive one. Is it true that Mutahi Ngunyi is joining DP as the head of the think tank?
I have no idea. I am not privy to that information. I think Mutahi Ngunyi has already secured himself a job in State House, and I have not heard that he's about to leave. But anybody is free to join the DP's team, and it's within their constitutional right. So if he's on the way, no problem, he's welcome. If he's not, and he's happy wherever he is, that is also welcome.
What is the future of DP and your team in Jubilee?
I want to say this, and it has to be very clear to Kenyans. The reasons why we formed Jubilee are still valid and alive. And we are going to fight heart and soul for us to maintain the dream of Jubilee. We are going through some turbulence now, but I am sure we shall overcome, because we do not want to let that dream of having a united Kenya, of having one huge political party that all Kenyans subscribe to, we don't want to kill that dream, and Jubilee is the holder of that dream.
So what if what's going on in Jubilee persists?
Whatever is going on in Jubilee, no situation is permanent. No situation is permanent. This is like rain. It rains and then the following day it is dry and the sun will come up. So the sun will come up soon in Jubilee.
Just recently, within your circle, one of you who joined you recently says that you are trying to reach out to Raila Odinga so that Raila and Ruto could work together, so that we have the scenario of 41 versus 1. In this case, is that all tribes against the country?
We are never, ever, as a party like Jubilee, ever going to have a tribal grouping in terms of politics of 2022 and beyond. We are not in that category at all. We have gone beyond that. We are going to have a political party called Jubilee that will have all Kenyans, irrespective of whether you are in the minority or majority in terms of population, where you feel at home. And that is what we are going to subscribe to. We are not going to have ourselves in tribal groupings again. We are going to form and continue the Jubilee dream of having a national party.
What about reaching out to Raila?
Raila is not an option. Recently you've had the deep state operatives or the system operatives, Atuoli and Morade, say that Raila is their candidate in 2022, and that is most welcome. We are happy that now they have shifted their discussion from the DP will not be in the ballot in 2022 to Raila will be their candidate. They have actually seen that the DP has moved on and he's going to be in the ballot in 2022, so let them bring on their candidate. So let them settle quickly and come out with a name. They have proposed Raila Odinga. Once they finish their whiskey and Nyamachoma parties and give us a candidate, then the move for 2022 will begin.
Mheshimiwa, as it is, Jubilee has been held hostage. Is formation of a different outfit, a political party, an option?
There are so many political parties in Kenya. So formation of another political party is not an issue. There are very many political parties. We have about 40-something. So it's not an issue. People will move. You will see a lot of movement from people moving. But as I've said, for us, we are fighting for Jubilee tooth and nail.
Mheshimiwa, just my last question. One, yesterday when I was listening to the DP and your group, it's like you are now driving the narrative of unity and peace. Why is this coming out at this time? Are you fearing that we might be having skirmishes come 2022 in case one of you or either your candidate or the other candidate will not be elected?
The narrative that we spoke about yesterday of peace is very key to us as Kenyans, because we have been in a very turbulent situation before, whereby because of political competition, we lost lives, Kenyans lost property, and we lost dignity as a nation. We are not going to go back that route again. And we have to keep reminding ourselves, because there's a generation that has come up that never saw the nonsense that we went through in 2007. We have to keep reminding Kenyans that we don't want to go back that route again. Whoever is in a political competition, let us all compete free and fairly and accept results. the biggest issue that we've had with Kenyan politics is a politician who holds the record of having participated in so many presidential elections and lost, but has never accepted any result, except in 2003 when he supported President Kibaki and Kibaki won, and that result was okay. But in all other results where he has been a participant, he has always disputed results. So we want to tell ODM, this time in 2022, accept the results that will be announced by IEBC on the winner of the elections, the way you accepted the COVID test results.
Do you want the IEBC to be reconstituted before the next general election? And the last one, from grassroots leaders from Bungoma and Trans Nzoia, and I'm also aware that yesterday he met with Council of Elders from Wasingishu, and today I know there's another delegation you guys will be meeting. What is the game plan?
Well, because of COVID protocols, we are meeting smaller delegations. And you know, for any politician who cares about Kenyans, and for a person who has an ambition to run for presidency, you have to keep on connecting and listening to your people. So it is not as it is practicably possible, and there is no harm with any other leader hosting delegations. It is just that other leaders are busy hosting the same people day in, day out, because it's whiskey parties. But the DPs are more serious, structured, consultative meetings with the people of the grassroots.
The reconstitution of IEBC.
Well, I think IEBC, as it is, can manage the election. Remember in the report, there was a clause there that you cannot change the IEBC 2 years to an election. So what we can only do now, and we need to fast track it, is add the commissioners into